Welcome back to Up Close with QP. This week we're catching up with a bit of an unsung hero of 2018, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Tourbillon. This is a platinum-cased, six-figure watch, limited to just 50 pieces. It's the first Reverso with a simple tourbillon, if you can call it that, and my favourite watch from JLC in the last 12 months. It's all new. Reversos have had tourbillons before, but only in the guise of grand complications and the gyro tourbillon pieces, which are great big chunks of hardcore horology. This is a much more conventional watch, but that doesn't mean it's a simple one. It was 3 years in the making at JLC's Elite Movement Atelier, and it has an all-new caliber with a new tourbillon design, all packaged up in a brand new case. As you'll see, it's a very normal size, just 9.15mm thick, which is a direct result of all that clever new movement engineering. Complicated Reversos are often a bit ungainly, but this sticks much more closely to the Art Deco principles of the original. It's classic Reverso, a well-proportioned steel case with the signature gadroons, these grooves along the top and bottom of the case. Flip it out and you see this wonderful sunburst pattern engraved on the inside of the case. This is by no means the most complicated or impressive thing about the watch, but I love it because it shows a sense of style, and that you can do decoration for decoration's sake without being overly fussy. Turn the watch over, and as this is a duo-face model, you see the second dial, used to show a second time zone. This side is busier, but allows them to show off the movement finishing, most obviously with some Côte de Genève stripes that echo the case engraving. I've always struggled with Reverso sizes, despite there being nearly 20 different cases in the range. This one's an all-new size, ever so slightly bigger than a Reverso Tribute Duo, and ever so slightly smaller than a Tribute Duo Face. It's about the closest thing I've found to a sweet spot on my 7-inch wrists. As you can see, I think you can quite easily dress this watch down. Even as a platinum-cased tourbillon, you're most likely to wear it with a suit, but looking slightly scruffy as I do today, I have to say I think it really works. I would, however, wear it with the blue dial most of the time, even though I do admire the finishing of the reverse face. This is Jaeger-LeCoultre's Caliber 847, a brand new in-house hand-wound movement developed for this watch. As we said earlier, it's the first simple tourbillon movement in a Reverso, beats at 3 Hz and has a relatively low power reserve of 38 hours. That's because there really isn't a lot of room in this case for a big mainspring barrel. In fact, fitting everything in really is the standout achievement of the watch. The duo face complication, which allows for the second white dial to show a second time zone, all operable by the crown as you can see here in 1 hour jumping increments, has been completely redesigned to fit in alongside the tourbillon. It's a 60-second tourbillon, so it doubles as a small seconds dial, as you can see from the numbered ring attached to the cage on this side. It's also a flying tourbillon with no upper bridge, instead supported entirely by this large bridge on the reverse, which is shaped a bit like a double axe head, or as some people have decided, the Batman logo. Pretty much everyone I know admires Jaeger-LeCoultre for its credibility in making complicated movements, and equally admires the Reverso for its design. But combining these two strengths hasn't always gone as smoothly as this. It's an indulgent watch, dripping in Art Deco detail, and only going to be produced in a limited run, which is both inevitable and a great shame, as I'll likely never see one again. But I do hope it tells us something about how the brand is going to approach the task of making its horlogerie pieces a bit more wearable in the future.